Your crazy conspiracy theory.
That white girls, young white women are trafficking black men on OnlyFans.
Wow, good one. Good
I know
one.
why. Daddy, just make sure you get it on camera. I know your cocks are gonna rip me open and take advantage of me. I know.
They're using brothers as sex slaves for OnlyFans.
Like my brain's like, I want you to fuck me so hard I can feel your fucking cock in my throat.
Is this technically chattel slavery of OnlyFans?
Yeah.
But wait, why do you think that they? How did you even arrive at this? Do you have a story?
Yeah, well, because he wants it.
What happened? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he's projecting.
I
No,
feel like there's a
no,
story
listen,
here.
this is how I got here.
No, I'm gonna tell you how you got here. You had sex with a girl, and she said, if you don't fuck the fuck out of me, I'm gonna say that you assaulted me. And then you had no choice but to put your back into it.
Polly, calm down.
You could do it, put your back into it.
Worm doesn't end up in those type of
I'm happy you
situations.
got it.
Mama,
So one day, recently, I just decided to make a Twitter. I got on Twitter, and I'm clicking around, and the next thing you know, I find that weird part of Twitter where it's like, why is all these white girls having sex with these black dudes on OnlyFans?
I think it's a porn genre.
Nah, I'm not going for
What are you talking about? You haven't heard black on white, white on black porn, jungle porn?
Yes, this is definitely a thing.
I don't watch
Like
porn,
white
bro.
men that like to see white women.
Listen, bro, your
Yeah,
conspiracy,
but
obviously
yeah,
entertaining, is not real.
It's a genre of porn. It's like bukkake.
I don't watch porn, bro. I'm over 6 foot.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
black,
no,
bro.
it's
I have no
definitely a
problem
thing.
getting Gucci, bro.
Oh, so
It's
you
like a
are
genre, like
projecting.
kids or like anime.
You do want a white woman to pimp your ass.
What are you talking about?
Exactly what you're talking about. You brought it up. You're the one interested in white women fucking black men. Have you ever fucked a white woman?
What is this nigga talking about right now?
Expensive gear, the best gear is in Europe. It's not here on Maui because on Maui everything rots because of the ocean. My microscope, I have like my quote unquote my pitch microscope or my flip microscope, which is like I'm very rushed with it, let's put it that way. And so I have it here, but the really good one and my really good camera is it's in Europe. So I am very excited to work on that exhibition too. And I'm definitely I think that you come here to Maui, all of you guys, and I'm also gonna see you and Cam maybe in Europe, because when you go at the end of the year, I'm also gonna go the end of the year to Europe. So it might mean that we all meet in Manchester.
We will. We'll do it. We'll make something happen.
This time next year in Manchester.
Hallo Republikan. Wie geht es dir, Republikan? Geht es dir gut?
Chicago.
Da.
Would you say you were more Chicago or more Republican? If we have to measure, I've been taught to love measuring recently.
I am a Republican in Chicago or a Chicago Republican.
Right, and that means you're from Illinois. So that means, do you bring the ill and the noise?
I know who that is. That's our beautiful love, peace, and joy guy. And you've got the beautiful Trump sneakers. Welcome.
Thank you. Yes.
Peace, joy, and Trump. There you go.
Cam, I am notorious for being one of the few Clown House members who has ever given an orgasm to a complete and utter bedridden cripple.
Let me tell you the story.
Please,
Okay. So the story goes, you know I have a fetish for trolls, right? Everybody give a fart if you know that I have a fetish for trolls. Perfect. So, for me, trolls are the essential of life, because without humor, what the fuck are we doing? Yet I love also to be very serious, and I love to be sincerely humorous and humorously sincere, right? It's like goes very well together, right? deeply, anally serious, where it's completely obnoxious, hysterical, hilarious. So
The lovers whose hands fit perfectly together.
right. So here we go. Republican. I think he has like 6 or 7 accounts. I can't count, but it doesn't matter because I am sincerely sincere. Sincerely, humorously sincere, not. So Republican is so good. He knows exactly how to play because good trolls know how to go under your skin and how to make you your bitch. And if he doesn't or she doesn't, then, well, you become besties, right? So Republican and I, we are sometimes gel really well, and sometimes I'm like, fuck, I have no fucking patience. I'm going to give him the butthole and just remove myself from the space. Because I don't like to destroy the old, I like to create the new. Well, anyhow, there is this beautiful girl. She's paraplegic since 7 years. She can't move, and nobody knows why. And she's very brilliant and super swift and witty in her mind, faster than maybe most of us can even dream of. She's exquisite, and she can't move. And she was on that day. She didn't have her medication. And what happened is that she was in severe pain, but she could not touch her pain because she can't move. So she was laying in her bed. The nursery home screwed up her medication. And it was a pretty nice, decent room. And there comes Republican with love, peace, and joy. Oh, no, God. It was God. You came as God, right? God, yeah. It was the God. So you came with your God account. And he was ripping it. She loved to be teased to the T. And he knew exactly how to tease her and how to trigger her and how to make her laugh her beautiful titties off. She was over the moon. She had so much fun. And God was simply playing her like nobody else could play her. So, God was literally insulting her the worst and the best way at the same time. It was genius. She loved it. And then when she was done and she came at least 10 times, everybody, kick God out, kick God out. I'm like, no, God stay. Jacqueline, it's God stay. It's God saying, yes, God has to stay. God has to stay because, she just, I had to communicate, right? I am the bridge between God and Jacqueline, right? I am the connectors. I am the connectors. So luckily I was the only one of the butthole and nobody could kick out God. And everybody was, not everybody, most people was like, oh my God, he's, didn't understand the divinity, the wisdom display which was happening for Jacqueline. The medicine of humor, of insult, of intelligence, of teasing, of pleasing, of all the goodness you can imagine, beyond measure and beyond labels. Can you imagine beyond labels? Oh my God, this is how exciting it was. And then she came, and then she came several times, multiple orgasms with God, and then there was a moment. God got removed because I don't know what happened, but God left, and she fell sound asleep.
He wiped himself off on the curtains.
I don't know what happened. God left, and something happened. I don't know what happened, but somehow God got voted out for some odd reason, and then she fell asleep in the room. And the next day, she said it was the best day ever. She came several times. And she actually fell asleep without pain medication. This is the power of Republican God.
Wow, that's glorious. Well, congratulations to everyone involved. That sounds great.
Insane and ridiculous and amazing that it's happened. It's also, amazing.
Oh, Vincent, I don't know how you connect. You don't have any social credits too. So if you want to do something outside the app, I don't know how you want to connect. I left Cam a voice message. So shall I leave you a voice message too?
Do you have Telegram?
I do have Telegram. I have even Signal. Yeah.
My Telegram is Bang the Wolf 8.
Like banging the wolf, fucking the wolf?
BANGWOLF 8.
Vincent, how are you, Vincent? I got thrown out of a room yesterday when I was with you.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that. You got to control your actions.
I'm just saying you were rambling and telling us this really irreverent story.
Yeah.
Vincent, are you wolf with a 0?
BANGWOLF 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
You know, the best thing about Clown House, though, I gotta warn you all, is never meeting anyone from Clown House. It ruins it.
I met 16 people, Republican, and the 16 people changed my life.
Impossible.
Better.
Impossible.
I've also met
Better than a book? A good book?
incredible experience.
I would take a good book over a Clown House user any day. That's just me. But you do you,
What
boo.
would you do with it?
I love that for you.
Would you take a good book over yourself? No, that's the question.
Yes. If I could become a book and sit on a shelf and disappear, I would do it. Poof!
Well, my friend, the beauty of the human imagination is that you can now be your own good book. So open those pages.
Also, my book is trans and my book is biracial. Every page is black, and there's a vagina sewn into the front. Yesterday, my account was deleted by Paul and Joe, the founders of the app. I called them crack addict, Ritterall addicted LGBTQ hypnotists funded by the NSA in a cryptology communication project. Apparently, they didn't like the truth, so they kicked me off the app. It's a giant confessional portal that they hope to sell to the CIA for data mining.
Yep. That does sound like the truth, actually. Well, darlings, here is my confession.
Who done it?
Who done it?
So what's more powerful, silence or wisdom?
None of it. The space between silent and wisdom, that's the thing.
That's where it's at, isn't it?
They call that the Tzimtzum. Do you know what the Tzimtzum is?
Not yet.
I'll tell you what it is.
How much are the Trump shoes going for?
I spent
It goes for 400, $3.99. But if you get them signets, like hand signed, they go for like $9 grand.
Beautiful shoes, beautiful, powerful shoes. Some of the finest shoes in the world.
Best shoes in the world. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, I want to tell you guys something. It's about the tree of life.
Yeah, okay.
Are there any Jews in the room?
I don't think anyone, no. We're all Anglo-Saxon or Germanic, basically.
All right, well then, you're gonna learn some secret Judaism here. Don't tell any of them that I told you, otherwise they'll cut my ears off.
Republican, are you using this voice to not be recognized by AI because it doesn't work? Even if you change your voice, it will always recognize you and record you. So there's no way that
No, I've become full retard at this point. So when I become full retard, I take on different personalities.
But the voice sounds usually, you have always a similar voice. It's like you are constipated, like the high constipation voice.
That's actually how I would describe it as well.
And I've been quite concerned
Thanks,
about AI as well, recognizing me. So That's why I use this word. I'm actually a 73-year-old grandmother of 5 from Helsinki.
I'm an 86-year-old black woman on a pension, nigga. Okay, listen to this. This is called the tree of life, or the process that follows. Before all things were created, the supernal light was simple and it filled all existence. There was no empty space. When his simple will decided to create all universes, he constricted the light to the sides, leaving a vacated space. This space was perfectly round. After this constriction took place, there was a place in which all things could be created. He then drew a single straight thread from the infinite light and brought it into the vacated space. It was through that line that the infinite light was brought down below. In its literal sense, the concept of Tzimtzum is straightforward. God first withdrew his light, forming a vacated space in which all creation would take place. In order for his creative power to be used in that space, he drew it into a thread of his light. It was through this thread that all creation took place. So basically, I mean, do you believe that creative intelligence is the thing? I mean, Blitch is a good conductor of creative intelligence. And too much of Clown House is just clowning around. Honk, honk.
But what's wrong about clowning, love? Because clowning is actually the sense of humor. We need the sense of humor in order to somehow alchemize and temper all the madness which makes us.
Why have you separated clowning around from creative intelligence?
Right?
That's
Right?
the most obvious creative intelligence I've ever seen.
Right?
Trolling is art. Like if it can be done in a really, if it's done the right way, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, one question. Because I know that Republican or God or Love, Peace and Joy and all the other beautiful podcasts, accounts you have, considers me to be the best, not the best, the biggest troll on Clown House. So I'm wondering, guys, do you consider as well that I am like a pretty decent and undecent troll?
Well, all I'm saying is that when I imagine you, I always imagine you under a bridge.
Perfect. Begging for clothes.
No, you're
because
not a troll. You're a facilitator. You must be like a professional, whoever you are, because you conduct yourself very professionally.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Conductor. That was the word I was gonna say. You're the conductor.
The conductor of the trolliness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, I like to go to people like go whatever, but I want to know what the crazy people are thinking and saying. You know what I mean? So I've been to like the fucking Wahhabist like Discord and like gotten to know them, and like I've gotten to know all the crazy people on the internet, and it's been a joy. You know what I mean? It's like art to go and meet all these madmen and understand their worldview. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't really like some trolling is like gross, but if trolling like the original like trolling of like when they did it to like not the original, but like when 4chan did the Scientology thing, and like that was pretty cool. But yeah, it can be art like for sure.
But isn't that the whole point? As older it is, as more it shows what we are really made out of, that what is actually moving us and make us lose our quote-unquote frame or posture is actually when we get to know what we are really made out of. So as weirder the trolls, as more obnoxious the trolls, it's more actually the opportunity to see what our essence is.
Yeah, for sure. But I also feel I'm like more multi-dimensional. I like having serious conversations. If someone comes in here and is like fucking around, it's fun to fuck around back with them. You know what I mean? And like
Exactly.
and yeah. So and I think it also this voice tap is really nice because it. I'll tell you something. No one's in this room right now. Like. I rejoined Clubhouse after a year, and I went into all the Hindu nationalist rooms, and like got to know all the like the Indians who are like fully
Modi and shit. But some of them are like scary, like doxers and shit like that. So I've got to be a bit careful. But that's what drew me back. But then I found you, Nicola, and I got away from those Indian trolls a bit, and I enjoy your room very much.
Well, you found one of the biggest trolls regarding the Republican. You found the biggest troll on Clubhouse. And
you know, can I say something about my form of trolling? Is that, you know, as a former military soldier and someone who has spent many years being yelled at, I just got to say that, like, coming on here is that safe space paradise where you can throw as many punches as you want and you never get punched back. So in terms of like proving emotional disequilibrium or emotional unintelligence or even IQ, you know, I mean, and then let alone this whole app is really a giant psychological research and observational echo chamber bubble of security and safety. So from like a psychotherapeutic perspective, this app is extremely valuable. Extremely valuable.
Yep.
Agreed.
You know, I finally gave in not that long. Like, I always had throwaway accounts for everything, and I there's not too much of my stuff online, and I was very careful, like, even as a young person. But, like, now I've just been sucked in and, like, given them everything, like, so, like, fuck it, like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's nothing to give them.
Contribution, Vincent. You're making a great contribution because I hang on this app. You know, this is like my giving back. First of all, I enjoy meeting people like, you know, like you, Vincent, like Cam, like Republican, Reverend, and hey Jay, hey Eric, and Sean, and Toby. And it's also good for my brain and hippocampus because the hippocampus is developed when we remember things and we learn new things. So this is just, you know, hippocampus, Cam's hippocampus. Cam, I was dreaming that we had a room called Cambridge Hippocampus. So your dream is coming. You're because Cambridge, like Cambridge, you know, you get it? Cambridge Hippocampus, yeah. So the hippocampus, the hippopotamus as in the campus and, you know, doing the thing.
Did you know that there's an attractive Spanish man in your brain called Rolando?
I don't know, Republican, but
I have a book on brain anatomy. There's a part of you. I'm not making this up. There's a part in your brain called Rolando.
Nice. And what does it do?
I don't know. It's a picture book. It's a coloring book that I have. It's a coloring anatomy book.
It just pops out when you're on holiday and teaches you how to speak to Spanish women.
Or salsa. That's what the Rolando part of the brain is for.
So regarding this app, I see it as an opportunity not only to show up and be present and meet those amazing people as you are, also challenge, you know, I'm highly asocial as a person. I don't like to be public, and this is really a good app to learn to speak more fluent in front of more people than 5, because usually I freeze like a deer when there are more 5 people in the room. I'm just like, fuck, I just want to observe. I don't want to, you know, to throw the show. So this app teaches me to be a bit more fluent and confident to speak to more people than 5. And I like that exercise. While I don't feel like judged in the way because nobody fucking sees me. There's just my voice. And that's like really, really, it's very therapeutic. And as well at the same time, I'm feeding the AI. I mean, I'm shit, which I have never seen in a room that people give the trolls the butthole and leave the fucking space. Nobody has done it. And what happens? These trolls, these beautiful trolls, just making fun. And I just like, okay, you want attention, you want to be the center of attention. Here we go. You've got the butthole. The show is yours. What do you do with it? What happens? The people leave the space and the edge is away and the friction is away. And what happens? They follow me because they're like, hey, this is something very, very different. and this person in a way accepts me and lets me be, and yet at the same time has healthy boundaries to not get stacked and fucked around. So this is as well what we can do here. We're not only selling our soul because I don't believe in souls, but we are literally giving our mind, our hearts, and our algorithm, right? Our design, our technology, how we function, and we feed the AI diversity, because this app is designed for divide and conquer more and more. They're pushing the agenda to, like, black against white and red and blue and whatever, all this stuff. Yet if we don't show up here, who's going to feed the AI the glitches and the glitches, the exception of the rule, where the program can wonder, hey, this is a hiccup here. What's happening here? What's this fucking hiccup? Talking about shit, making people with which can't move, orgasming and don't need pain medication anymore because they're insulted to the bone, right? So this is just, how else can they get the data if we don't provide it? Very simple.
That's what I'm here for, to remind AI of its limitations.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Nicola, I have to say, it is a genius move what you did. Because I've been, I was off Clubhouse for a year. I was in there when it was like popping, right? And all the mods were like, just kick people down and like act all authoritative. It's so genius. It's actually a genius move, and I think it's really good for you to speak. It's for me. My English has become horrific. It's because I'm not surrounded by people who speak English at a really high level, and also for some reason I stammer more on this app than I do in real life. I don't really stammer much in real life. I don't know this app.
Vincent, I mean, if you took acting lessons, or you took, if you did public speaking with Toastmasters, you would change the way you sound, because, your brain is so fixed on the way it sounds. I mean, it just takes practice, but it would take guided, intentional, if you can change the way you speak.
Oh, I know that, yeah, but it's more complex than that. I quite often I'm on this app when I haven't slept, and also I'm okay with the way I speak.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you were like a voice actor in a studio and you were working and you were being asked to read a script, I mean, you could read it differently. It just takes practice.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, quite often I'm on Ambien when I'm on this app. So, yeah, that fucks you up. But anyway,
Yeah. You on what, honey? You on what?
Like a sleeping pill, okay.
He's sleep talking half the time, is what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, and also, I'll tell you the truth. I focused way too much in Hong Kong when I came here. My goal was to make money and get enough. I didn't really develop true friendships, so I don't really have that many true friends here. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice to. I have enough people in my life to be social with, but I had the wrong priorities, and then in COVID I got isolated, really bad.
Vincent, I guess what we're wondering is, are you happy in your life right now?
To be honest, no. But I'm doing something right now. I'm on a 12-week health kick, and I'm detoxing from a lot of things. And I've been through an immense amount of stress this year. And it's been really, really brutal. But I've set up barriers now where I'm gonna have a break for a little bit and get back to my old self. And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm I started that on Monday, or yesterday. So or the day before. I don't know what day is it. I haven't slept. But yeah. So I'm not that happy right now, but I know what I need to do.
Is it the health? Is your health issue what's keeping you unhappy? Because the whole secret in philosophy, Vincent, is essentially that you're already in the Garden of Eden now. So it's a question of attitude adjustment.
No, it's not necessarily unhappiness. It's I have to carry a burden of someone else that I struggled with, you know. That's my father. Like and I had to do it. So it was a really tough year. Like but I don't mean unhappy. I'm just burnt out. I'd say that. I just need rejuvenation.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So what's your secret for rejuvenation then?
Well, health. Like I've been like drinking Coca-Cola and eating like whatever. Like just being a reckless menace, and some other stuff cutting back on, and isolating myself for a little while, and just like focusing on
Well,
not being stressed.
what do you do at like 3 o'clock, 4 p.m.? Because I would just encourage you to start doing yoga or stretching in the sun and breathing in the sun at 3 to 4. It's the most rejuvenating thing you can do in a 24-hour cycle.
Yeah, I'm open to yoga. I mean, I shouldn't say I was unhappy. I have moments of immense joy, and I feel like I'm having a good time. It's just it's been a tough year, to be honest. And I don't normally tell anyone anything that's wrong with me. Like I have this weird attitude where like I keep everything inside, which is kind of fucked, I think.
Yeah, you should just be transparent. Like, let it all out in terms of talk therapy. I say everything here. I am completely transparent. I do yoga in my underpants on Instagram and let people watch while they're talking to themselves in a room and they don't even know I'm recording them. I'm just saying be radically transparent. That's technically what Christ did. And look what happened to him. They killed him. I'm saying just do what Christ did, but don't get caught.
Vincent, darling, is it Wolfgang? 8?
BANGWOLF. When I went to Berlin, everyone called me Wolfgang. Like, because I love the name Wolfgang, and then everyone was calling me Wolfie and stuff like that.
Oh my God, my boyfriend in Berlin, which I was together for 4 years, the guy under the microscope, right? He was called Wolfgang, and we called him Wolfie.
Yeah, that's synchronicity. But yeah, it was so, I don't know. Bang Wolf is just a random. I just had to randomly pick a name, so I just chose that. Yeah.
Okay, I just sent you something. You know what? I didn't use Telegram for like months, so I had to like unload, delete it and upload it totally new again. It was totally frozen. It just was like, yes, stagnant. So I had to remove it, destroy it completely to make it new again. So yeah, I sent you something. Perfect. Now we're connected.
Yeah, I just found it. I'm probably gonna crash.
Vincent, are you Australian, Vincent?
41 hours. 41 hours you made it. So now you're gonna crash for 12 to 16 hours. Enjoy.
Vincent, do you know Jay?
Yeah.
How's he doing? Because I think I haven't seen